Good evening again, and we are here with Nanita White.
Yes, good night.
Nanita, and you have a little guest here.
Yes.
Well, who is this? Introduce your little guest for us.
My name is Tyreek Anthony Thompson.
Wow!
Yes.
Tyreek, speak up a little louder because you don't have a mic, but so speak louder.
Yeah.
Louder.
My name is Tyreek Anthony Thompson.
Wow! Give me a. No, is this your son?
No, it is not. It is actually.
I know it's not your son.
Yes, a wonderful youth from the community.
He's from the community, and
Yes.
the community that we're talking about is Carrington's village.
Yes.
So tell me about Carrington's village.
Carrington's village is filled with so much talent. Must I tell you, I recently saw something that somebody sent to me, a documentary, and they were talking about Carrington village is actually split into two. And it's over to the left side is full of creativity, people that are fully embedded in the arts and culture. And then over the other side is where you would have had doctors and lawyers being produced from that
Really?
area.
In
Yeah, and
Carrington
it was like,
village?
what? Carrington village is phenomenal. And if you really think about it, our Calypsonians are from the community of Carrington village.
Really?
Yes.
Oh wow! Well, some of whom, like who, like is Gabby from there?
I'm not sure about Gary's roots, but I know we had the name is slipping me at this moment, but I know for sure I can probably give you about 3 later on when the names come back to memory. Maybe it's that age. I'm getting to that age now. Huh?
I
Yes.
understand.
Yes.
So I mean, you find that there's a wealth of talent there. And I know you yourself, you're a talented woman, and so talk to me about how did you get involved in working in the community in the Carrington's village?
I think it has to do with the love of children. I think that's where it really started. Because before that, it was just, you come home, you pretty much stayed inside. But then I realized, there's a wealth of youth with so much talents and so much gifts. And I want to impart something, but I want to show them that they have the ability to do something great, to be greater than just confined even to Carrington, but to be open to possibilities in the world of itself. And that's how it actually started. And then I would have reached out to the children I saw in the community. I was like, let's put a together. Let's see what comes out of this. And it ended up that we entered it into a competition.
Wow.
And they came second in this zone. It was the community independence celebration.
Yes.
And they came second in this zone.
So hold a minute. So you decided you were going home from work, like everybody else. Everybody else could go home from work, kick off your shoes, get something to eat, lay down, watch some TV.
Yeah.
But then you decided that you wanted to do something in your community.
Yes. And I'd like to backtrack a bit. I think what had happened is that we had a situation where there were some youth who would come down from school every evening. Not all of them, but some of them would find themselves involved in activities that were not so desirable, like a lot of fighting, how it goes. And so every evening I'm outside, I'm ready to part a fight. I come in with my stick, I running up the gap with my slippers off, and I parting fights like I'm the mummy, and I separating this buddy, and I taking away rocks, and I almost evening. And I was like, okay, Nanita, you gotta do something. And I decided, okay, let's look at maybe using some sort of book that they help to share their experiences, they use their own life scenarios that occurred and put that into writing, and let's see how that goes. And the parents were all on board for it. I would have had an opportunity to work with the children. I have the book here, Marcia.
Right. So this is a book. So listen, you see how, look, you all see this? So she went from coming home, kicking off her shoes. Well, not quite. You went to part some fights and so on. And then you decided you wanted to go and help the children. And out of that, you wrote a book.
Yeah.
And the book is called No, Stop It. No, stop it. There is another way. Because that's what you were actually doing.
And that is no. Let's stop it right now. Stop. And I was like, wait, no, stop it, And I was like, whoa, this could be used. And actually, backtracking, there was another book that I had written before this one. And actually, it was the children from the actual school because they were involved in some fighting as well. And we had to be like, no, stop it. And then we were talking about, then realized that some people were having challenges with, like saying no when I'm trying not to give away too much of it because it's a bit personal for some of the individuals. Right. But let's just say that it was a hand signal that they were using to say, no, stop it. This is my body. And no, stop it. I told you I don't want to fight. Leave me alone. So I out of that. But here's the thing. I had the opportunity to work with actual characters so all of these children are actually from the community.
The children are from the community. Yes. And look at that.
My wonderful illustrator, Nadika Alexis, who actually doesn't live in Barbados, she took them and made characters from their faces.
Is he part of this?
No.
Too young.
Yes.
You know all of these boys in this book?
Not this one, not this one. But he's
Speak a little louder for me.
Not this one, but he's my cousin.
Oh.
And he's one of my friends.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So you've read this book too?
No, he actually asked me to so we're gonna get to that now. But inside of the book, it's actually a very interactive book because it has Bible scriptures. So I want you to understand that there is another way. The world is telling you to do X. There is something else, the Bible, that is telling you to do differently. And then there are activities that follow that you could, for example, it says here, circle how you will feel when you apologize. And then we have, would you feel brave or would you feel marvelous or nervous, So it's a real interactive book. And it was able to give each of the children able to sell a bit of copies because we're also trying to raise funds as well. And I'm hoping, books now in these times are maybe not as effective as you would like them to be, but I can say that if one child takes it up, that is one child that we know would know that there is another way. There's another alternative.
And so if a grandparent watching or a parent watching and they said, listen, I want to get that book, or I'm working in my community and I want to get a couple books, what do they do?
Yes, they can send an email out to me. My name is Nanita White 246@gmail.com. That's Nanita, Naita, last name White, WHITE 246@gmail.com.
I am so proud of you. Now, what people don't know is that I know Nanita at Praise Academy as a dancer.
Oh, yes.
Okay? That's how I met Nanita when I came to Barbados. And to see her transition into this community, leader. I call you a community leader. Listen, I don't know, Dave, you have those pictures, Dave, of her walking with all those children to the bus. or there's a picture with a long line of them. Can you put them up? So because you took those children to Gospel Fest. Tell me about that.
I'm so thankful for the organizers of Gospel Fest who worked really hard to make the event free for year, because we wanted to take them, but it would have been too much money and we weren't able to handle that. But this year, as soon as I heard, I was like, this is a great opportunity. I called up the parents. The parents said, yes, absolutely no problem. We got together and got the little ones there. We got some sponsorship that assisted with getting food and stuff together. And when we thought that I had to pack all these 11 children into my little vehicle, then goes the amazing thing that happened, the Marcia Weekes Show.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. And they provided transportation for the children. We are absolutely so grateful. So we thought we were just going to maybe a little pickup, a little minibus. The children rode in grand style in this beautiful tour bus with AC. Each child had their own seat. Let me tell you about
Tyreek,
it.
Tell me about
so excited.
Tyreek, listen, before Tyreek starts speaking, can you all hear him when he speaks? Can you hear Tyreek? But Tyreek, go ahead and tell us as loud as you can, because the microphone needs to pick you up. What was your experience in that bus?
It was really delightful when I was above the AC. And also, inside of the bus was very nice.
You liked the inside the bus?
Yes,
it was posh and nice.
Yes, but the amazing thing, he kept saying to me, Auntie, look at this place over here, or look at this. It was like an adventure for him. He saw the delightfulness, as he said, on his face.
Yes, you were really happy about it.
Very.
How many of you went to Gospel Fest on that bus? He's counting his fingers.
Yeah, you'll probably get about 11. Actually, it was 11 of us, including my 72-year-old neighbor. He wanted to go as well.
Right.
Yes, he had lost his daughter, his 40-year-old daughter recently, and he said the Lord sent this girl Nanita to replace his, well, not necessarily replace, but to assist how she would have. And he came along with us. So it was maybe 12 or 13
that went on the bus. So thank you to everybody who sponsored the bus.
You.
It took some children from Carrington's village and also from the Bayland to Gospel Fest. And we have a little video on there. Dave, you were playing something for us? Let me see if Dave, can we hear anything from that video? No, not at the moment. Yes.
That's a forest. You could gain a kid from you got a kid.
I'm sure you can see little Tyreek's face smiling away.
Wow. Listen, they had an amazing time.
Yes,
now,
they really did.
Working in Carrington's village, what are some of the challenges, apart from the fighting that you might have seen, etc.? What are some of the other challenges that you see in Carrington's village?
Well, as it pertains
with the children.
Yeah, well, as it pertains to the children, I would say lack of having a community-based, I would say, structure or a place that they can go to on a day-to-day basis, which is not only going to teach them about the Word of God, because that's very fundamental, but also engagement activities that would cause them to explore different avenues in life and not just want to follow this one path. For example, we have like Kalia and Kalia. They are twins. Actually, there are two sets of twins: Kalia, Kiara, and Kizara. Yes, you know them well. And I am telling you, Marcia, these little ones are some serious entrepreneurs. I remember she said, Auntie, I got an idea. You can help me with it? I want to sell these little beads and these little... And then she came with slime and she went around the community and she packaged them and she sold off her slime. This girl is like 10. 10. And I was like, well, and then she came again. She was like, Auntie, I got another idea. I can go to school and I selling snacks and I selling this. And then I got another idea. I want to sell some beads that you put on your arm. And then she said, Nanita, you could make me a fake of a computer. I started a home business. I just want a piece of card that looked like it print out something lovely for her that looked like a fake laptop. And my girl did type in all of her
she doesn't a real laptop.
No,
a fake,
exactly.
A fake laptop.
That's what I'm telling you, Martin. It's lack of resources. I think that's the big thing. Because if we had those like a facility where the children can go and do some basic computer, I'm telling you, these children will be top notch. And a lot of them are so. Tyreek is a stilt walker. He actually works. Yes,
Tyreek,
that's how I met him.
Yes, you were still
I met you.
When I was walking across the road on my stilts, I saw Auntie Nanita. Then she told me that she was a stilt walker. I walked over to her. Then she told me that. And also, we started talking a lot. And I started stopping by a lot with my brother, and without my brother, and with my friend.
Yes. Oh, wow. And that's how you became friends with Auntie Nanita.
Talented. I mean, the talent is amazing. And that's just so we have like a national sports athlete, Faith. Her name is actually Larissa. This girl is super amazing. Winning every race that she enters. I mean, there is no, and then there's Kayadeo. I might be pronouncing his name. Kayadeo. Oh, but intellectual, Marcia. He can hold a conversation with the prime minister with great ease, and I am so impressed at the right there.
Where does he go to school?
I think he goes to St. John.
Oh, wow.
But it is amazing.
And how old? That means he's probably about 9, 10?
Yes, 10. And I was like, listen, boy, your talent is amazing. Your talent is wrapped up in your intellect. You can sit before keys. You can do some amazing stuff. But it's just for you to see that there is another way. There's another way.
So in terms of, what do you, I mean, do you see, they're in Carrington's village, right? Do you see that? Do they believe that there's something outside of there for them? Do they? What are their goals? Do you?
I think they're limited to what they see, and unfortunately, in all the communities could probably say the same thing. There's, what is happening, as we all know, around the communities, and on social media, which is a great influence.
So what are some of the things, without calling anybody's name?
Right.
Describe the community. What would you say the children are seeing in the community?
So what I think is happening, because like when you talk to some of them, their ambitions are so low. Now, I am not discrediting this career choice. Now, hear me. I remember asking a little one, he is about the same age, 9, 10. And he said he wants to be the first thing and the only thing is he wants to cut grass. That was it. Now, hear me. I am not discrediting that career choice, but it is just, I feel that he's not exposed to anything different, because he see a lot of people cutting grass continuously. Yes, it is an honest job, and I do believe that. But I also want him to think bigger, think greater. Like, the possibilities are endless. Because then I found out that was not necessarily his career choice when he was young. So I was like, so how did you get to that? I think it's just because that's what he's always seeing within the community, and I think it's important to get them exposed to more. Yes, because as you every community is grappling with the violence, with the drugs, with all the different things. But it's how can you get them to see that their destinies are big and great, and at this age that they're at, you can help mold them. You can help show them that their minds can be explosive and can do anything. And I think that is the challenge, because you're doing Bible study. Let me just talk about what I do with them.
Yes, tell me a bit. Yeah, about what you do
because
with them.
they already know about Marcia Weekes. They can tell you. I've been telling them about this lady, and so when we got on the bus, I was like, "That is the lady that I've been telling you all about since 2 years ago." They were all laughing. Yes, and the reason about that is because from Marcia can tell you that we were grown in that everything was surrounding the word of God. You couldn't dance, you couldn't do anything.
She's talking about her time at Praise Academy.
Unless your life was
Praise Academy.
unless your life was right. And so that is the same foundation that I would instill in them. They will come, Auntie Nanita, so we could do dancing today, we could go for this, we could do Bible study, let's do it. You could ask me if you don't believe me, Tyreek.
Yes, I love Bible study.
Well, what a minute. Did you all hear what Tyreek say that louder for me? You love?
I love Bible studies. I always come by for Bible
He does.
studies.
Yeah, he actually came this evening, and he was like,
You like why you like Bible studies so much?
Because it's fun. We get to answer questions, and also the most part is listening and watching the TV.
Oh, so you use a television?
Yes, I use social media. So I'm showing them that social media can use for, one thing, but it can also be used for something else, something positive. So we do show them. So I will read the word, but then I actually show them a video of, let's say we're talking about David and Goliath. I'm showing them the actual video of, social media is so fancy, AI is so fancy, that the videos with David and Goliath is beautiful.
Yeah.
And so the children are really engaged.
This is excellent. And you do this on your veranda?
On my veranda, yeah.
She does this on her veranda.
Yeah.
People, this is oh my goodness, this is amazing.
And I absolutely really love working with children, Marcia. I actually prefer them over adults. I'm sorry.
I could see the
and
excitement.
It's because they're so honest. The energy level is so high, and and they will tell you exactly. If children don't like you, they don't like you. There's no two ways about this,
right.
There's no pretending, there's no nothing, and I think I love them because of that.
Yes. Now, do you have? I was talking with you last week, and I was telling you about Elevate that we do here at Praise Academy Saturday mornings at 9 o'clock. At 9 it's for the primary school, and at 10 o'clock we've now developed another hour for teenagers, those in secondary school who might be having problems with reading or math. And I said to you, well, you're at Carrington's Village, you could get some of them, a few of them to come up and be part of Elevate.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and you might have some of them who might not be able to read.
Yes, we actually
not can't read, but need help.
Yes, yeah. We actually have a lot of them. I'm really surprised that sometimes,
even though they're so intelligent, but some of them having problems with reading. Yes. Tell me about that.
Even the fact that we as a unit of Barbados, we boast of having 95% literacy, but yet still there are so many so many children. I was actually really amazed because we did through doing Bible study, I would recognize that some of them are having challenges. It's not they can't fully read sentences per se, but they're having a lot of challenges. And it's not just, the onus is not just on the parents. So I don't want to pull down the parents and say, okay, well, it's the parents' fault or anything. But it's just how the whole system is set up. School system as well. It's a lot. It actually takes a village to raise a child. I really believe that. And I want to just say kudos to the parents who would have allowed me to have the raising of their children.
Yes.
Yeah, because they could have said no, Marcia. But they after
so you work well with the parents.
Yeah, everything I do, I inform them. I get permission first. Even talking about them today, I would have reached out to them.
Because let me let her know that she said to me, I want to talk with the parents in Carrington Village first before I decide to come on the show.
Yes.
You told me that, right?
And the parents said, okay, and I was grateful. Because you want to have that harmony with them because you want the opportunity to also be able to, I wouldn't say instill, to help instill or reinforce the morals and the values that the parents would have set. But you want to have them always involved. And I'm extremely grateful because they would have allowed them to go on trips with me. Sometimes I have the car packed down when we heading all over the place, and I would just call and say, okay, we're at Shafet, we're all good. Okay, no problem. Just let me know when you're coming back. Or some don't even, they trust me. And for me, that is major, that they will trust me.
Right.
To
do that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, our show, we normally talk a lot about current events and things in politics, etc. He's shaking his head.
I went to Carry Fest on my stilts.
You went to Carry Fest on your stilts?
Yes, please.
Oh, wow, wonderful. I need to see your pictures.
Yeah, and my mother's phone.
My
phone is mashed up.
I would love to see some of those pictures, right? Listen, you find out from the parents if I can come and we can talk with the children with more of them, and I can see some of what they do, etc. I would love that. But our theme tonight is before the gun. Before the gun, and Tyreek is sitting here, and I know Tyreek, your parents talk to you a lot about violence and crime, right?
Yes.
What they tell you?
They told me violence is not the answer. Never get in any fights. And also, crime. She tells me to never steal and never go around taking people's things that I don't know about.
Wow, your parents tell you that?
Yes.
Please.
Do you see? This is before the crime, huh? The parents talking to the children. So, Nanita, we tonight, as I said, our show is normally, quite spicy. but when we think about what's happening in society, with the number of young men who started off little like Tyreek here, and we see them on the streets, sorry Tyreek, but in a pool of blood sometimes, sorry you have to hear about these things, but we are talking about before the gun. What will you say to Barbados, to grandparents, to parents, to pastors, to politicians? What do we need to do as a society before the gun?
Well, I would say, Marcia, this is my stance on it, is rooted in the foundations, biblical foundations. And I think as we moved away and we're going away from that foundation, that's why we're having a problem. If we remove it from schools, we're taking it from, and that's the main source. The children spend most of the time at school. And that's where before I could say they were having a more, stable foundation to stand on in terms of understanding that your actions have consequences. The good actions, good consequences, bad actions, bad consequences. But now it is, since that has been slowly been removed, now we're seeing that the morals and values, they don't stand, they don't last, they don't line up with anymore. So it's a matter of how can we reinstill that and find creative ways, because right now we're in battle with social media. Because right now the children can pick up any device and they can see anything that they want, anything. And most of the time, because of how the algorithm works, if you watch a fight, if you watch a killing, that's all that's going to be coming at you 24/7. So how do we combat that? based on the word of God, and then parents would have to inject a little bit more time and energy into what the children watch, what the children hear. Because I remember there was a point where I was raising some children, 5 children at one time.
Yes,
for
she
a
was.
long time. And I monitored every single, even the cartoons that they would watch. If it had any sexual content, I'm sorry to say, next cartoon. All the video games that was violent went in the garbage. And I could safely say for a long period of time, till they got to teenage years, they knew about violence, but not at that level. You would never hear the principal calling me or the school teacher. It was never anything like that. Never got in any fights or anything like that. And that was because it was Bible study. Again, I had them, you come home, you had a structure. It was school, bath, food, let's all meet in the front house, Bible study.
You want to say something, Terry?
Even today, I asked for Bible study. She told me, no, it's the wrong time, but I said, please, please.
And it was because I was coming here.
So you wanted Bible study? You went to her,
He
you went
did.
on her veranda to get Bible study.
Yes,
He
please.
did. He said, please
Oh
let
my
me in. I was like,
goodness.
Tyreek, okay, so this is what
Tyreek,
I'm
you're
going to
about
do.
9?
Yeah.
8.
You're 8 years old, and Tyreek went this evening for Bible study, and Auntie Nanita said, I can't do Bible study. I'm going up to that interview.
Yes.
So then you
Yes, and then I asked the parent, you know what, Mom, can I please take him with me? And she said, yes, the school night has an exam tomorrow, but would it be a long interview? I said, no, we should be out there maybe 10 to 15 minutes. She said, okay, no problem. He was like, yes. He ran home, washed his face, and jumped in the car.
You see?
Yep.
Well, the next time you find out from Mom, I want to see your stilts. I want to come and I want to come and see you on those stilts. I probably will come up Saturday. I want to see you on your stilts. I want to see what you're doing.
In the park on Sundays at 3.
Oh.
Tim and the other guy, the one that I mentioned, Kaya Dave,
Mhm.
right? He is also there in the
Right.
park with Ify.
So-called corn pie.
Yes, his
Corn pie.
I call him corn pie, but he's I call him corn pie.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he is corn pie. Am I right? Cup pie.
Cup pie.
Cup pie.
I call him corn pie.
Yeah, I call him corn pie.
Well, Nanita, let me see that book again. No, stop it. Listen. She changed from somebody who was coming home from work and just, coming home or doing, just going inside, probably run outside with the slippers, telling the children, behave. No, stop it.
Yeah.
And then she wrote a book, No, Stop It. And she has been, ever since having, about 12, 13 children on your veranda.
Yeah, any given day, we could round those numbers.
Around
5,000.
Wait,
5,000.
I'm always there.
You're always there.
because he is such a sweet child. I'm telling you, Marcia, this boy is so giving. Always want to give something. He get one little thing. You think that most children want to hide it away. He's like, can I get a piece? Would you like piece? And I was like, wait, what?
Wow.
It's amazing for a child his age. Wow. I'm like, usually children don't want to give. This is mine and this is mine only.
Right.
So I'm like, wow, boss, that heart of giving
Yes.
is gonna get
So,
his heart.
Tyreek, we're closing off because you have an exam tomorrow, so you got to go.
Yeah.
But what do you want to say to people who are watching? People who, they're in their community and they might be children that need help. What would you want to say to people who are saying, I'm not sure if I want to help children or not? Look in the camera and talk to them.
I would say you should get one of these books. No, stop it. There's another way.
I love it.
Written by Nanita White, illustrated by Nadika Alexis.
Yeah.
Wow. And that's what you would say.
Yes, please.
He's a marketer. I tell you.
The children in this community are amazing.
I love Carrington women.
I'm telling
I
you,
love them.
they are amazing.
Listen,
Marcia.
you find out from the parents
Yes,
if I
we
can
even
come
have,
because I think we need to show them to the world.
Little Angel has a gift of dance. Marcia, I would love to get her into praise. She is amazing, natural raw talent.
Really?
Yeah, she came yesterday and she was like, Auntie, I finished a whole dance to this
She
song
choreographed.
called That's Marcy. That's like 5 minutes long to this song called "Dear God, It's Me Again," and I was like, "What?" I'm blown away. She is 9, I think.
9 years old.
Yeah, and I was like, "What?"
Oh my God. Well, when I come, I want to see all of that. I want to see all of that. Well, Nanita,
Yes,
I could talk to you about this the whole. But Mr. Tyreek, what exam you have?
Tomorrow I have my reading test
Reading test,
and my math paper,
math,
and then I have religious education.
and religious education. You feel you're ready?
Yes, please.
You're ready. Okay. Well, you go home now and get some good sleep.
Yes.
All right. So
Before I sleep, I revise.
you revise. Woo.
I'm
Go,
telling you.
You got it.
Thanks to mommy.
I want to see, I want to see the report. Okay.
Yes.
Can I see the report when it comes?
Yes, please.
Oh, she said yes. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Nanita. And I really hope that people are saying they're inspired. I'm looking at some of their comments right now. People are inspired by what they are seeing. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so
God
much.
bless.
Yes, thank you.
Bye-bye.